everybody to the Single on Stiletto Show. I'm Suzanne Oshima, and I'm a dating and relationship coach and founder of Dream Bachelor and Bachelorette, and also of Single on Stilettos. Today we have on our show Wendy Newman, and she is the author of 121 First Dates, and she's also a dating and relationship coach. And I'm so excited to have her here today because today we're talking about how to build lasting love. And before we jump into it, though, Wendy, I would love for you to tell our audience a little bit about you and what made you write this crazy book of 121 First Dates.
Yeah, thanks, Suzanne. It certainly wasn't anything that I planned on doing. It wasn't like a double dog dare to go on 121 first dates. It just took that long to meet my partner, Dave. He was Mr. 121. And I wrote the book because there were just so many mistakes that I made along the way. And God, going on that many dates, just seeing that much, having that much rubber hit the road experience of dating, I really wanted to pass it on to my single sister girlfriends out there so they didn't have to have it so hard. So they wouldn't have to go on so many dates, so they could have some grace in areas where I didn't have it yet. And so I could just really pass along the wisdom to have it go better for them.
And see, that's what I love, is that you're the pioneer, you paved the road, and so now, ladies, if you go and read her book, you won't make the same mistakes, so that you won't have to go on 121 first dates. You can go on a lot less, so go read her book. So, and I know there's a lot of humor in this, too. So...
Yeah, and I also threw in 28 short stories in case you thought you had the worst date ever. You could just go read those.
Yeah, I think everyone has a nightmare first date story, so I'm sure you had a lot of really funny ones too.
Yeah.
So Wendy, tell us, what is your first tip on how to build lasting love? Because that's what every woman out there wants.
Absolutely. And it's so exciting in the beginning. You've got all that chemistry and that newness and excitement and all the, you don't know this person, you don't know if it's going to turn out, so there's sort of almost risk involved. It's all very exciting. And then years happen, right? And how do you keep that going? How do you keep it clean? How do you keep it going? Is something I'm very interested in helping women with and in discovering in my own life. And one of the things that has been the most successful in my relationship is something that happened completely on accident. We were on our second date, and he was trying to reveal something about his past, but he was kind of getting all sheepish because he didn't know if I'd judge him or, he's just tentative. But I want to know. I wanted to know what it was.
Well, of course.
You're not telling me. What? And I blurted out, "You can tell me anything. You'll never be in trouble with me."
Aww.
Which is a really sweet thing to say to get juicy details. But the minute I said it, I wanted to take it back because I liked him and I wanted to have a life with him if he was really the guy he was sort of turning out to be. Mm-hmm. Even on the second date, I'm like, wow, he's amazing. I'd be so lucky, right? So how are you going to have a relationship for the rest of your life with someone if he's never in trouble with you? If there's no doghouse, that's like an impossibility, right?
Yeah, because a relationship isn't Disneyland all the time, right?
Yes. So I said it, and then I immediately wanted to take it back. And then my very next thought was, wow, wouldn't that be an amazing place to come from for the rest of my life? That really, he's never in trouble with me, ever. Now, does that mean things are perfect? No. Does that mean I'm never disappointed? Absolutely not. Things happen in relationships where our needs are conflicting and someone's upset or something, but we're never upset at each other. He's never in the doghouse with me. Do I have needs? Do they get trampled on sometimes? But we handle them from the problem. We attack the problem, not each other. We look at, okay, well, that didn't work. That doesn't work for me, right? So we'll have conversations about how to clean up the thing so I'm in good shape, but he's never ever in trouble with me, ever. And it's really great because what it causes is it causes that sort of best friend experience where you're not adversaries. Yeah, it's a pretty great way to start. It's a hard one, but if you're up for the task, do it.
Yeah, and you know what, Wendy? I think that's so important that you shared that, because it's really important. I love how you said it's about, conquering the problem, not each other, right? Or attacking the problem, not each other. And that's so important because you're trying to make the relationship work, right? So you both have to be committed. It's not just about Wendy being committed, it's about your partner being committed too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and sometimes there have been under a dozen times in 5 years that we have failed at it. But never have we said, you do the thing. Like, we don't, no, it's very boring, drama free in our home.
Well, and that's why your relationship works. So okay, so what's the second tip to how to build lasting love?
The second tip is something also that we created from the very beginning, that we decided to ask each other a series of questions. We started with one question, and then it built from there. And you can make up your own questions, but we decided to have a monthly meeting where we would sit down and we would ask each other a set of questions. And the reason we do this back and forth is to clean up any of the things that might have happened during the month. So you might know when you're in a relationship that there is never, ever, ever a good time to talk about unpleasant things. There's never a good time to talk about how your feelings are hurt. And sometimes it's just so minor, you might as well just eat it, sweep it under the rug, get over it. No, because we don't let it go. It's back there somewhere, building up as a petty offense file for later, right? So what we do is we do it on the full moon because we're California wooey people. And so every full moon or somewhere around the full moon, the reason I like that is because it's not the same day every month. It's not the 5th of November, right? It's like some random day in the next month. We're going to have this meeting where we sit down, we get together, we do a little like huddle meditation, little moment to get all connected and flip off the day, maybe do a little 10-minute meditation together. Just get present with each other. Very California wooey, right? And then we dive in and we ask each other these questions back and forth and back and forth. And one of the questions, the very first question is there anything that you need from me that you're finding hard to get? Because there are things that we desire, love, and expect from our partner that as partnership goes on might drop out. Well, no, let's put them back in, right? Another question on the list is, what did you make up about me or our relationship this month? Because we just make shit up that isn't even true, right? So sometimes it's really funny. The first 6 months of us doing this every month, the things that we both made up were wildly opposite of what's really happening. It's that initial first 6 month fear of losing each other. Like, I made up that you don't want, right? And we're like, oh no, I totally want. And then right at the 6 month mark, I made up that you, oh yeah, no, that's true, that's happening. So it's this really great moment where we give each other the space that no one's misbehaving, no one's ever in trouble, that we can really say it how it is, what's going on. We had to put in a question for him, which was, the thing I'm trying to contribute to you that you've been resisting is. Because as a woman, I'm not that great of a receiver. I have to work at receiving. So he has to alert me to the things he's trying to give so I can be open to receiving them. So I have 15 questions and we go back and forth, and I highly recommend that you do the same thing and make up the questions that are most empowering for you. And the very last ones on the list are, what do you love, what I love about you right now? Not as a whole, but what I love about you right now is. And what I love about our partnership right now is. And it's just really delicious, and also does all that light housekeeping, sweeping up underneath the rug, catching all the dust bunnies in the corners.
Oh, I love that you guys do that. That's why you guys have a great relationship. I mean, truly. I mean, to be that in touch with each other emotionally is like amazing. And I know that's hard for a lot of men to do. So the fact that your partner can do that, I think, is amazing. So, okay, so what's your last tip on how to build lasting love?
Have autonomy. What?
I know. I'm like, what? What do you mean by that? I hear every woman out there going, well, I thought I'm trying to build a partnership.
Yeah, you are. And, you know, there's this myth in our culture that you get married and you're standing at the altar and then you say I do and he says I do and you become one and you lose yourself in a relationship. I have seen this over and over where the woman leans in. I have a really sweet lesbian couple friend, and one woman, she just leans in, and I can see the other woman leaning in too, but kind of needing her to hold her own space. When we collapse our own individuality, our own space into another person's world, it's no good. And it seems like it'd be really good. Like, oh, we're really connected. We work together and we live together and all of our friends are the same. Statistically speaking, those relationships are the worst off. So you need your own alone time. You need your own autonomy. It keeps you interesting as a person, that you go out in the world and you go to your ceramic pottery class or what yoga retreat or whatever, or that you're actually doing things with your partner that have you learning new things together. Go take a class together would be also an interesting way to keep yourself as an individual. Keep yourself learning and distinguishing new things and discerning new things is really important to do, because when you just meld into who they are, there's no you left. There's nothing to be interested in.
Right. And then it also becomes a codependent relationship, which isn't healthy at all. What I always tell my clients is you have to have your own great life. He has to have his own great life. But then you also have a great life together. So it's not about, like you said, just melding your life into his life, because at some point you're going to become resentful. Like, oh, everything I do is for you, or everything that we do is what you want to do, right?
Yeah, and I'm sure you tell your clients this all the time. The number one fastest way to get into a really happy relationship is to learn how to be a really happy single person.
Yeah, it's true. If you're not happy in your own life, don't think a man is going, being in a relationship with a man is going to solve that happiness. You need to be happy within yourself.
Yeah, and have your own thing going on.
Awesome. Yeah, exactly. So these have been some great tips. So Wendy, I know you have a free gift for the ladies, so can you tell them about it?
Absolutely. I have a video and audio set for you, and it's called First Date Success Secrets Revealed. And the very first video is all about what not to say on a first date. Don't say it. It's just going to blow up. Don't do it. And the second one is about, okay, well, if you're not going to do all that other stuff that I just told you not to do, what should you do? What should you talk about? And what you can talk about on a first date that'll eliminate that whole checklist situation that we can get into. And then 3 and 4 really wrap up how to be successful on those first couple of dates to get to your love. How to be, what to do, what to expect, like that.
Awesome. So ladies, if you would like Wendy's free gift, just click on the link below the video. And if you're listening to the podcast, just go to singleandstilettos.com and you can look for Wendy's interview and you can get her free gift. So thanks everybody for joining us on the Single and Stiletto Show. If you would like our show, it's available both in video format and podcast format. If you'd like to view the videos, go to singleandstilettos.com. If you like the podcast, you can download it from iTunes. If you would like to get our free ebook on why men disappear without a trace, you can click right here on the video, or you can go to singleandstilettos.com.